2016 election, Sherri posted this on Nextdoor. Community gathering in anxious times, a healing conversation. The goal is to create a space for healing, sharing, and positive action in a world tempted to divide into us versus them. This will be a chance to discover that you are not alone and to feel stronger in community. Sherri could just have posted, "Holy shit, look who's president." This was the beginning of San Rafael Building Bridges, a group that Sherri started.
Oh, wow.
We still have an active email list with over 65 people. We've raised, some of us have become really close friends. We've met people that lived around the corner from us we never knew before, even on the same street, people we never knew before. One of our members, Dan, decided to run for state assembly, and we found ourselves working on a political campaign, something that many of us had never done before. And getting involved with political activity, we met up with other people who've been doing political activism for over 20 years, working on healthcare for all, or Task Force on the Americas, people working in a human rights organization, doing political work in Latin America and the Caribbean. One of our members, Janine, helped us write letters of support for the wolves. Some of us are still signing petitions to help save the wolves. Wayne, one of our members, wrote a song, Building Bridges, in English and in Spanish, Construyendo Puentes, that we would sing at our meetings. And this led us to meet up with other people, the group of singers, the Freedom Singers. It's kind of a flashback to the 60s. You guys remember the 60s, I know. And so this group would show up singing songs of the 60s at protests. You remember the one, Families Belong Together. Remember that, when families were being separated at the border? I mean, it's sort of like reliving our times again. And all of this because Sherri started this group. Some of the things we did, we collected clothes and and raised money for people who are victims of the fires. We collected items and that were brought to the border. Some of us are still working to collect things for Ukrainian refugees who come here with a backpack on their back. At the end of every Building Bridges meeting, Sherri would lead us in a prayer. We would get in a circle and hold hands, and it was kind of a Marin touchy-feely thing, but this is the prayer. It was written by John Wesley, and Sherri would lead us. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. And that's what Sherri did.